You're listening to Rockers for Wildlife Radio with Paul Paget, only on LA Talk Radio.
Hey, it's Paul Paget, and we're in the driver's seat with a hot band, man. These guys are funkalicious, and they're delicious in the house, baby. We went and saw them the other night. These guys tore it up. If any of you all remember back in the day, Gap Band, Kool and the Gang, all those funky cats. This is kind of that combination, that gumbo soup of all these cats, and it's all blended together, and it's tasting yummy. Oh, yeah. It's good. So we've got some other interesting guests that actually follow up from last week, and it'll be a good tie-in. And this is a very strong topic that, you know how we function here at Rockers for Wildlife. It's all about, obviously, tying music, because music brings everybody together. Good, bad, ugly, sad, and whatever. But the other side is we have important topics in the world that are going on right now that are being thrown on the back shelf, and nobody's getting to hear about the depth of it, might you say. And we've got to get support out there. We've got to get the word out there, and we've got to band together. This is the United States. There's freedom of speech, and we should have the ability to say what we want and not be punished and persecuted. So we are going to swing that back around. You can bank on that. As you know me, I'm all about it. And so let's introduce everybody. Right next to me, I got James, I've got Jamal, I've got Freddie in the house, and that is the leader. He is the man. And then we've got James. No, George, excuse me. They moved the lineup on me. We got George, and we got Jerry, and we got Q in the house. Boom. And then off to the side, and you know what? You all can jump up and run over and get in front of that camera. You know what? We've got Doug McLean and Lori Woodley. Say hi to everybody. They're going to be swinging in here. We ended up with the boatload in here. You know, this is what's great about Rockers for Wildlife is that, yeah, we usually have settings for 4, but this is like Thanksgiving around here. Everybody's welcome to get a turkey drumstick here.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. And so we've got some musical snacks. You know me, I like to throw a little curveball in there. But you know what? Let me introduce you all to Freddie Sweet. And boy, is he sweet, baby. Tell everybody howdy.
What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today?
Pull up to your microphone, Cat Daddy.
Which
Hang
one?
on a
This
sec.
one?
I don't care.
This
You
one,
can
this
just
one?
pick
Okay.
one.
How's it going?
Everybody
How's
be in
doing
front.
out there?
There you go. Get up on them microphones. I saw y'all out live. I know you had them microphones up. Let's get up there tight, baby. I want to hear some Wolfman Jack.
It's a Wolfman Jack,
It's the
baby.
Wolfman.
I know all about Wolfman Jack. I used to watch
Wolfman.
my little bitty boy.
I did Wolfman Jack American Graffiti.
Mother said, "What are you doing up so late?" Mom, I'm watching Wolfman Jack.
Boy, does that age us, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, the Wolfman. Oh, yeah. I loved the Wolf back in the
Oh,
day.
yeah.
Man,
Oh, yeah.
was that one of the coolest cats
Oh,
in
man.
in just media and radio?
Yeah.
He had the whole look and the old man.
Sure did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Wolfman Jack. Tell us
Yeah,
what's
man.
going on, man. What's been shaking?
Oh, well, we've been in recording studio, recording some new stuff for 2017. And we kind of shut everything down for a second just so we can finish that. And we just did a show in Long Beach not too long ago. It was a packed house, and it's kind of one of the smallest venues we've ever done. But, you know, we look at it, we got to give back to some of our family and friends that actually came out. LA Unified came out in droves. Representatives for the LA Unified School District came out. And that's what we're working on now. And we just going into the new year, trying to prepare ourselves for next year because there's so much going on right now. We're getting ready to do our new music video. We're getting ready to release our fourth CD.
Bam.
And that's basically it.
Nice, basically it. Yeah. Well, you working 25 hours a day
Yeah,
probably
you're right
to get
about
it all
that.
done.
Right.
Now, let me tell you, we went out to that show in Long Beach, and you guys tore the flipping house down. Now, I took out, what was cool is I got to get out there with my camera. So I got up there, and Jamal was working. Everybody was just hot on stage that night. You know what it brought me back to? I'll have to tell you, when I was working on the HBO Sinbad Summer Jam Festival, all the old school cats, boy, it felt like I was back on tour.
Really?
Oh my God. I just didn't expect just what was going to happen. And you know what was intimate? It was cool going back to I like going back to small venues because it brings you just right there face to face with your audience. And I'll tell you what, I was looking around. I went back by the board just to kind of voyeur the whole thing. Plus I had my big old camera. I was getting shots. By the way, you guys are going to flip when you see what I shot. It's yummy. It goes right along with the Funka-Delicious.
You heard that?
Funka-Delicious. Oh,
You
yeah.
heard what we said? Funkalicious.
Who was that nerd guy?
So they really did. I mean, talk about interactive with the audience and how the audience was just alive. Jamal, you killed it, dude. Up there, tearing all you guys, man. It was just sweet. Man, Jamal, what's going on, man? Talk to us.
Not much. Just been. We've just, like my dad said, we've been in the studio. I've actually been trying to work out, lose a little bit of weight. Just, being a father of 4 and, teaching my kids the ins and outs of music. I brought my oldest son with me, little Jamal. He's, where are you going to be? Huh? Where you want to be when you get older? You got to tell everybody you can't freeze up right now.
A dancer.
Yeah, so he says he wants to be a future member of Funkalicious, and I look at it, if it's something he wants to do, I've been just helping him with it. I'm telling him it's not easy to do.
That's
it's very
right.
difficult. But other than that, we've just been busy, just writing songs and rehearsing and just keeping our head afloat.
I like it. And you know what? I'm all about the future generation. I'd work with School of Rock with Peter DeStefano.
Okay.
And so we're all about taking the youth. Music's been, so many things have been taken out of school.
Oh, yeah.
That when we grew
Yeah.
up, I mean, we had so many options
Yeah.
music-wise and got shop class
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Votech, all that stuff, man.
Creative
Yeah.
writing.
Man, my whole class was electives throughout. I'm like, yeah, I'm doing gym. I'm going to be in medals tomorrow. I'm going to be over and singing with choir. I'm going to be doing music over here. Oh, yeah. Nowadays, good Lord, I saw my kids' curriculum.
Yeah.
What the hell has happened?
Yeah, it's taken. It's really sad because it's known that music, that old saying, "Music soothes the savage beast." It's actually a true saying because there's something about music with kids. It keeps them focused. It's something. We have a motto that sound is from God, from the creator of the universe, and it's in everything you do. And they don't understand that with music, it keeps kids focused because you have to practice the instrument. You have to learn, you have to learn theory, and then you actually have to go home and practice and try to master your instrument. Some of the schools have completely taken music and other things out of the school. Like you said, we could go to print. We can go to metal shop, wood shop. They took all of those things out of the schools, and what they don't understand, every child is not going to go to college.
That's right.
And need to learn a trade. They need to teach them how to learn somewhat of a trade. And the music thing, I tell people all the time, you got to have the passion for it. This auto-tune.
Dude, that's a story within itself. That chaps my ass. That's such a posing bunch of crap.
Yeah, I can sing. Okay, let me hear you sing. We did a concert. I kid you not. We did a concert in was it Sun Valley? Sun Valley for the homeless. We did a concert there, and it was an artist. She was a huge artist over in Europe. She didn't want to go on after us. She was the headline act. She kept telling her manager, "Oh no, we can't go on after them." We didn't know that they had a pedal that wasn't even in America yet, hooked up to the microphone, and when they got ready to sing, they hit the pedal and started singing. It was an auto-tune pedal.
No way.
Kid you not, am I lying, guys?
That's crap.
And we were sitting there with our mouths open, and the people were like, no, this is not happening. What's going on with her voice? And we were like, you know what? See, that's why it's good to woodshed. Back in the day, if you couldn't sing or play an instrument, you were not going to be in a band.
You got that right.
Right.
You talk about that being taken out of the schools. One of the things I still love about music more than anything is the unity of everybody kind of getting on. It's that train chugging down the track, and the next car comes and locks on the back of it, and all of a sudden it's just running down the track full steam ahead. That's what's missing. Because you got everybody running down the street these days looking down at their phone. Nobody even looks up anymore. We're socially unconscious anymore. which is horrible.
Yeah.
So that's why we are taking the music to the schools. We're School of Rock, 186 schools,
Yeah,
14
see?
countries. We're
Yeah.
20,000 students.
Wow.
I mean, we're killing it. We're the schools and our government's failing.
Yeah.
Us independents aren't.
Yeah.
Bank on that.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not sitting back waiting for governmental bureaucratic red tape crap any longer.
Exactly.
Ever.
That's right.
You know what? And I am the voice.
That's
and we
right.
will be the voice.
That's right.
And that's why we got little Jamal here.
Right.
I'm ready to take his dad's cap off and put it on his head. I'm not kidding. I might snatch that thing off and he'll be jumping around singing with you guys.
yeah, he's already started.
Oh, man.
We can't keep him off the stage. When he comes to our show, he always, Papa, can I come on stage? I'm like, yeah, you're not going to be scared. No. And he came up there one show, and I mean, he cut up so bad that people were laughing. But
Sorry there. That's your little background music. How can you be a superstar without a little background music?
that's right.
Right.
Sorry, I had to throw that in there.
No, that's okay. So it's based. It's in his DNA. It's almost like a clone of his dad. When he was little, I was touring with a lot of major artists.
Name some of them. Sorry, I'm going to cut you off. I know the list.
I worked with Bobby Brown, Ralph Tresvant of New Edition. I sung background when I was younger with David Ruffin and Eddie Kendricks from The Temptations. I worked with Rolls Royce. I was in Shalimar. I can keep going. I produced Little Anthony and the Imperials. I sung with the Miracles. I sung with this. I sung with that. No, I'm just playing.
Okay, now you told a really cool story when you were working with James Brown.
Oh.
And the fines, the $50 fines.
No,
What was that story?
No, actually, it was Ike Turner.
Okay, gotcha.
Ike Turner, I had it wrong. Ike Turner, I sung background on one of his songs before he passed away, but I laughed so hard. I had no idea that he stuttered.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he stuttered really bad, and we were all laughing at him. He kept saying, why are you guys laughing? It's like, well, the movie showed you were just a normal person. We had no idea you actually stuttered.
No kidding.
So, yeah, it was pretty funny. But actually, I didn't work with James Brown. What happened? This story is really funny. Robert Townsend, a comedian, had a nighttime television show which was called Motown some whatever it was. It didn't last very long, but my cousin was playing in the band on the show, so he invited me to come down and be on the show. And he said James Brown. I was like, get out of here! No way, James Brown. I was like, man, I never met James Brown. I'd love to meet him. So James Brown, when I met him, him and Prince was about the same height, but the nicest man on the planet. And just out of sky blue, he just started talking to me. Don't do this, don't do that, stay away from drugs and music, don't do it. He said, take it from me, I'm prime example. I said, Mr. Brown, why you don't do splits anymore? He said, boy, I'm too old for that. So he said, whatever you do, I'm not going to go into the whole story.
That's all cool.
He was telling me he said, I'm going to give you a gift. Pat your feet when you're standing up there and you're singing, you're not doing nothing. You pat your feet. Next thing you know, everybody in the audience is doing the same thing. And I said, Mr. Brown, I'm going to keep that. Mm-hmm. I didn't understand a word he was saying, but. No, you pat the feet. I said, what you say, Mr. Pat the feet? You pat your feet? Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, the fine came from Ike Turner.
Ah, okay.
That came from him, and it was about his background singers not singing their parts, not doing the routines, and I didn't understand it at first. I was like, oh man, he's cruel. Now I'm like, now I understand. Now I understand
right.
Years later. Now I understand why, because it was a thing that he said there's thousands of people trying to do what you do.
Exactly.
And wish they had the opportunity that you have, so don't take it for granted.
That's right.
And some people, they did. And so he kept saying, fine, $5. Well, we only making $10. $5. Like, why?
You're in the negatives now. Hit another note, you're going to be filing bankruptcy. You know what we ought to do? We ought to segue in. You know what? I'm all about the music, baby. You know that.
Oh, yeah.
We got story after story after story. But I'm going to everybody, this might fire off. We were trying to load this thing up. And so here you go. Can't funk with this. Hey, let's do this thing.
That is so bad.
I was once told that life was a bowl of cherries, and I was told I would be absolutely nothing if I stayed with the fall. Now I believe that limit is to the sky, and everything they told me was a lie. 'Cause when the funk gets a hold of you, ain't nothing left for you to do but to groove. You cannot with this. You cannot go with this. No.
That'll get you up.
Now this is good.
Now everything they told me was a lie, and I wasn't so surprised. They said I'm playing with the dead face of the funk that amazed me. So what I did, I devised a plan to revive the funk across the land. See, the man
Hotter?
above,
Got
he
it.
gave me to
We love hotter. Hey, we love it. Oh yeah, I like it.
You just cannot with all this funk that's around here. You cannot even fathom what this is all about. No. Say it again, say it again. You cannot funk with the years right here. You cannot ride with this. All the time they told me that I would never make it in this business, no. They said we was wasting our time, but here we stand strong and proud, you know. I can feel it all up in my bones. This funk. Oh no. Oh, you just can't lose some feeling. The funk is all up in the ear area right here. I feel the cheers from the crowd with me.
Like a synthesizer song.
Look out, look out, look out, look out.
You gotta embrace it. It becomes a part of you. Now say it again. You know you just can't funk with this. Now say it loud. Now there's a little funk in you. There's a lot of funk in me, and I'm gonna do it until I succeed. No, 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 today. No, 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 no. It's about to go to fall. No, 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 no.
That was funka-delicious, baby. You can't funk.
Funkalicious.
You can't funk with that at all. Oh, there's a hottie there. You know what? Here's the thing. On their Facebook site, it's got a mind of its own. This thing just wants to jam. Facebook, I can just see Mark over there like this. On Facebook, doing it. Oh, yeah. It's good. Man, that's hot. I haven't heard that track yet. I like it. So tell me a little bit about the track. Who wrote it?
We all do. We all
Co-collab?
contribute to writing all of our songs. when we first started writing, this is a true story. We had the drummer from Rolls Royce. He's like a big brother to us. And we had a meeting with him, and he was saying, well, how many songs does Funkalicious have? And we were looking around at each other, none. He said, you got to be kidding me, right? Like, no, we not too long ago started. He said, man, you guys got to start writing. I kid you not, 2 weeks after that, Jerry parents own this, have a property right next. It was a vacant house.
Nice.
They allowed us to make our rehearsal studio and a recording studio in there. We recorded our first CD in 6 months.
Bam.
And so Henry came back to see us, and Henry looking at us like this.
Henry Garner.
Henry Garner.
Original drummer from the band Rolls Royce.
Yep.
He's looking at us like this. And we're like, what's wrong? He said, man, I haven't heard one bad song. He said, man, you guys got at least 9 hits on this.
Loving that.
Time out.
Man.
Boom.
But our concept was we didn't want to write any raunchy songs, any songs talking about craziness. We're like, we just want to have fun.
Absolutely.
We want people to have fun, to laugh. And when they leave our show, they go home with a smile on their face, feeling good. And that's what we always stuck with when we started writing our songs.
Oh, yeah.
So that song is kind of talking about what people said to us, that you guys are wasting your time doing funk music. And we're like, you know what, we're going to stick to our guns. This is what we love to do. So a lot of people when we started Funkalicious, there were a lot of bands out there that were not doing funk music.
Right.
Except for the major people.
Absolutely.
And we were like, we're going to keep doing it. And all of a sudden now we have people going to our site spying on us, trying to be like us. And,
I'm loving it.
And so at that time, we just kept writing. We looked up, it was over 100 and something songs.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Man, you guys are busy.
Yeah.
So little Jamal, when he was writing on those songs, he was over there with the crayon, right? Y'all started singing about Barney and didn't even realize it.
Actually,
I love you.
But I don't think, no, he wasn't even born yet.
Yeah, he wasn't
Wasn't born yet. He was in the womb doing it. It's just it's just in their blood that
in the
way.
DNA.
It's the
it
way
was
they roll.
marinated in the DNA.
Jerry, what's going on back there? I see you with a gun in your hand. What's shaking?
Hey, how you doing today?
Man, I'm good.
Okay.
You're looking all sharp. Tell us a little bit about your history with the guitar in your hand. How long you been playing?
Actually, I've been playing since 14. Now, we was talking about how the schools. I'm a product of LA Unified. Back in the early 70s.
Early 70s.
Early
born
well,
yet.
Late 70s. Late 70s, early 80s. LA school district had a lot of programs, especially a music program. So basically, I'm a product from Locke High School.
Gotcha.
I don't know if anybody know about Locke High School.
Nope.
Locke High School, at that particular time, had the best marching band in the city.
I beg to differ, man.
Well, see,
We might have a brawl going here.
What's really going on here? See, they're from Fremont.
Yeah,
I'm from Locke High School.
And what's really funny, they're right down the street.
Right.
So
forget about Jeff.
There's a rivalry.
Yeah,
forget about Jeff.
I can tell. Hey, if y'all need to wrestle it out right here, we got enough room. I'll turn the camera on you.
So basically, what wound up happening, we all had the same teachers.
Yeah.
Basically. And just what I was saying about the schools, it was not only about funk music or pop or anything like that. Also, my school taught classical training as well.
Right.
So basically, that school put out Patrice Rushen,
Oh,
Gerald
man.
R. Bright.
Good Lord.
Gerald R. Bright.
Yes.
Boom.
Who's that?
Indugo
Chancellor.
Did you say Doogie Howser?
I don't know.
I was just checking.
even Tyrese Gibson graduated.
Oh, man.
So
Talented,
basically,
man.
It's a lot of talented people that came out of
No
the school.
kidding.
So
what happened to you? No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Hey, I'm feeling like part of the family.
He's the later
pride does.
Hey,
happened yet.
it's the way we roll in this
But,
family.
Being a young kid, I mean, growing up and basically growing up in South Central with gangs.
Boom.
And
What was that
just-
like?
Oh, man. Wow. I mean,
Walking on eggshells.
Staying away.
Staying away.
This
That's
is
what
the
it was
problem.
like.
Right.
Basically, as a kid, I had to make a decision. Basically,
Right.
do I want to be a gangbanger? Or
Yep.
do I want to do music? And so music kind of brought me out of that.
Yeah, it
basically,
brought us all
because
out.
Loving it.
it brought us all out of it. And see, that's what's missing in major schools. That you had teachers that care, basically back then.
Right.
And the children really had something to do. I mean, I didn't have time to do anything but practice.
Exactly.
And actually, my first instrument was trumpet, basically, before I picked up the guitar.
Right.
Then I played trombone. And then I just love playing guitar,
Love
basically.
it.
And my guitar, as a kid, I remember they had programs where artists would come to the school and just do a concert, basically.
Nice.
And see, that's missing as well.
Absolutely.
And I remember Kenny Burrell, guitar player, came to my elementary school, and I mean, they were just playing jazz, and I sat there with my eyes wide open, like, hey, that instrument I wanted to play.
Love
and
it.
then once I got into the instrument, then you had Jimi Hendrix,
Oh yeah.
you had Eric Clapton.
Now you're
you
talking
had
my
King,
influences.
Exactly.
and
Oh,
then
yeah.
you had Larry Carlton.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the list can go on.
Oh, it's insane.
So basically, I try to basically capture most of all those styles. I mean,
Gotcha.
it's kind of impossible. People ask me, well, who's your favorite guitar? I
Yeah,
guitar player. I
same
really
here,
don't have
yeah.
one
Yeah.
because everybody's great.
Yeah,
So you
Absolutely.
their own way,
bite
yeah.
off of everybody's talent. Basically.
Exactly.
And I've been playing guitar for a while. I mean, classical. I mean, hard rock.
Polka.
Oh,
Hey.
actually, I used to be in an
Hey.
Irish band. So basically,
He's surprised.
me and some friends was playing some Irish. We used to be in an Irish band.
No, seriously,
So,
he was in an Irish band.
You gotta be
I
kidding
was
me.
in an Irish
Kid you
band.
not, he
That's
was.
classic.
So basically, I mean, just the journey of just being a musician takes you anywhere. It takes you everywhere. The point I like to make to a lot of people is the reason why I like music is about love. It's about giving talent. God gives you a talent.
That's right.
Now, when you play music, music makes everybody comes together.
Right. You got that right,
You know,
baby.
music is just great for the soul. It's great for the soul, and I think that's what's lacking. I
Yeah,
mean,
you got it.
We need to put more musicians. We need to go back to the schools.
Oh yeah.
We need to go back to the communities, and we need to start bringing up like little kids like little Jamal
it.
here, and get them involved in music or get them
KFI,
involved in
Kentucky Fried
something
Chicken now.
that's just positive, and give back the love to.
That's
to
the key
community.
right there. Give him back.
Yeah.
Give it back.
You know, it's the key. And you know what? I look at him as how old are you, little Jamal? Okay, so I was 6 when I started playing guitar. When I was totally ruined by my uncle, he rolls in and starts playing. He pulls off some pentatonic scale. Now, this is crazy. You want to talk about influence? That's why I look at this
Okay.
moment of him being here in the studio and getting to be around you all and what you're
Right.
doing. This can alter the course right
Yeah.
here.
Right.
So my uncle was a hippie, and this is what, 1972. So he rolls in and he sits down on my grandmother's piano that I inherited, that I still play, and he pops out a guitar, and he was having a riff with my grandfather, his dad at the time. So he only came in, rapped off this doom 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 doom, and starts playing it, and gets up and boogies. He didn't even stay to show me what he was doing. I went home with my guitar. I played for 3 months just off the ear tone of that,
Yeah.
and realized I had an
Yeah.
ear for it. I picked it up. Next time I saw him, I'm like, doom, doom, doom. He said, "You're playing a pentatonic scale." I said, "I didn't know what it was, but I
Yeah.
worked my ass off on it."
Just to learn
But
it.
that changed everything. 6, and here I am, 50,
Right.
and still doing it, baby.
That's pretty
Yeah,
funny.
that's
That's when
good.
I was influenced as 6-year-old. My stepfather had a friend that played guitar, and he walks in, and there, my stepfather played harmonica, and his friend comes and sits down with a Fender Strat and started playing. And I was mesmerized at 6 years old. I'll never forget. I said, Mama, that's what I want to do. She said, that's what you want to do? I said, yeah. I had no idea, boy. You had to go through the fingers sore. You know, the blisters. But I got.
But it's worth it.
Yeah, it is worth it.
And man, he's not telling the story. See, Jerry, what's really funny, the story was when we first met, Jerry was a rock. I mean, Jerry was rocking it out, boy.
Actually, I had a heavy metal band.
Yeah,
called,
and
Endangered Species.
And then
so
when,
basically,
loving it.
We was kind of on the vein of Red Hot Chili Peppers and Living Colour.
Sweet.
So basically,
hot.
And we were doing me and Jess. We had a band called. Look, it was like 5 or 6 different names. We couldn't keep the band together. We had Nightstick, and we were doing rock.
Wow.
Too. We were doing rock and funk together. We went way ahead of our time. And guys, man, you guys are wasting your time. And we're like, you know what? We just gonna keep going, whatever we doing. And then when we met, it was like it was funny because people said, man, you guys play different, but for some reason, a relationship between the two of you guys playing is incredible. The two different types of styles of guitar.
Compliment.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But like what Jerry was saying, the problem that we're having with society now here in California, is it's almost like music is a forgotten art, in the schools, and we need that in the schools because it's a big influence on kids. He'll tell you when we were young, all the gangs that were in our neighborhood, we just wanted to play. We were playing, and we would play at my mom's house. We play in there, and we would play until we fell asleep.
I love it.
And the gangs would come over there and hang out. Man, you guys are going to be stars one day.
Yeah.
Right. And we all went through that. George went through the same thing, know. So we have a understanding what our role is here on this planet. Our role is to spread love and fun and while you're on this earth and enjoy this life. And we call it have a funkalicious lifestyle.
Ooh, I like funkalicious. Oh, yeah, it's good. A funkalicious life. I'm going to start coining that. Is that okay?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
lifestyle.
We are going to brand it.
First, though.
That's all good. All right. He just screwed up and told everybody.
He said he's going to tell the world.
You all better get here. Y'all want to borrow my computer and log that in
real quick.
You know what we're going to do? I've got some interesting guests, Doug McLean and Lori Woodley, and I want to swing them in, but I know y'all got some musical snacks in here. Why don't we do something? I'm going to bring you two and set you two right there. Let's swing you two out for a second.
Okay, yeah, that's great.
And then we're going to swing you back in because we got some musical snacks for everybody. It's going to get good. And this is a story, this is a continuation of what has been going on at Standing Rock. And so this is kind of the shift. We ended up with a house full, but you know me here in the studio, we keep it alive. We keep it fresh. Sorry, Jerry. Yeah, I got everybody swinging in and out. I'm going to have to put some hanging chairs in here, and I can hang a few people from the ceiling and just kind of stack you. It'll look like those guys that train dogs where the German Shepherds all stack on top of each other. Why don't you all scoot you scoot one down. Just scoot to there. Grab a microphone, put the cans on your head. You guys stay on deck. And, oh, my God, do we have a house full. I am loving it. So
more the merrier always.
It is. You know what? We're a big family here. That's what I love about all of this. And so Standing Rock, oh, my God. I mean, this is beyond words. I mean, this is hard to believe. This is happening in America. This is our soil.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have got to take a stand here. And so I could leak out all kinds of stuff. I am going to let them speak. So Doug McLean, tell everybody about you. I know you're a Boy Scouts. You've got all kinds of stuff going on. Share the world. Say hi.
Hi. Look, I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that we could talk about right now, but right now we've just been getting live feeds from friends on the ground out at Standing Rock in North Dakota, and they're under attack yet again. So a couple of people have been shot with rubber bullets. Several people have been maced. they were attempting to build a bridge across the Cannonball River so that the elders could get to sacred sites for praying, and the DAPL people, the Dakota Access Pipeline people, and the local law enforcement came in big time and came by air, by land, and by sea, by boat up the river. Yeah, and we just got word just now that a friend of ours, who's a freelance journalist out there, got maced as well.
Crazy.
And these are peaceful,
in the last
prayerful.
hour.
Peaceful,
gosh.
prayerful protesters, protectors of water, really, and all of our water. 18 million people depend on the water that flows through the Missouri downstream all the way to the Gulf of Mexico. I've started calling this Gulf War Part 3 because, this time it's the Gulf of Mexico
Absolutely.
that's under threat by this ultimately, and everybody upstream from that, and we all live downstream. What ends up in that whole food basin, and it really is, when you look at the map of the Mississippi River Delta, 7,000 major tributaries flow all the way down to the Gulf, and we know the Gulf has been under attack by oil already, but this is a whole new wave of it. And
It is.
this pipeline would cross under the Missouri River twice. The pipeline carries enough carbon for 30 coal-fired power stations output. 30 coal-fired power stations per year, that amount of carbon, or 22 million U.S. Private automobiles.
Right.
So it's a big thing. Everybody should be caring about it because it is a stand
Exactly.
for a shift in the way that we live our lives.
Absolutely. Police from 20 different agencies are invading sacred lands to arrest Native Americans from 500 different tribes. Now, understand something. I'm an Oklahoma boy. I grew up around the 5 civilized tribes, and this is serious stuff. And most people don't even recognize or realize what the depth of this actually means. I'm glad you all are here because we've got to educate people.
Yes.
We've got to let them know what is actually going on and what we need to do as an alliance, as a community. And I say the community as the United States. We can't allow this to happen any longer. I mean, here we've got people, you said rubber bullets are being shot at them.
Yep.
Didn't I hear something about cages?
Cages,
Yeah, so a week ago, big arrest, 140 people, didn't have room for everybody, put them in dog cages, put numbers on their arms, everybody was tagged. And having been through an arrest with my own daughter there just a week and a half before that, at a smaller scale, only 27 people that day, something's wrong with the humanitarian piece of this. So we have the climate issues and the clean water, and all of us live downstream.
Absolutely.
And people aren't being treated equally. This is the United States. We have the UN and Amnesty International on the ground at Standing Rock now because they came in from outside our country to help look at what's going on inside. So our country's not protecting our own people and ignoring the issues that the suppressions, the oppression of people. And it's not just Native Americans getting arrested.
Nope.
It's not just Native Americans who care about this anymore.
Exactly.
At all. This is a big awareness that serves much more than the population at Standing Rock.
Absolutely. It affects everybody. And plus the decisions being made by law enforcement and government to overthrow and to cut the voice off from everybody that's out here taking a stand in a peaceful way.
Yes.
That's the other part. It's a peaceful protest. These people aren't throwing rocks and Molotov cocktails. This isn't a Compton throwdown. This is people just voicing what needs to be voiced.
Yes, and being there is what gave me for sure, and I thank you, Doug, but that's what gives this inspiration of like, wait. These are peaceful people.
Exactly.
They are praying, they're chanting, they're drumming.
Yep.
There's babies and children and grandmas and elders and moms and dads and and people who've never done anything like this in their lives going in just to be a piece of it. And there's nothing violent that's happening here. The violence is coming from the law enforcement side.
Yeah, I mean, we so deeply appreciate you having us on to be a voice right now, and then we hear it from the front line, and mainstream media needs to get out there. There's an unconfirmed report of a CNN reporter getting a rubber bullet as well, but we're still waiting to hear on that. And it's sort of like, but there are moms and dads that are just fighting for the water of their future generations, of their kids. And every time Obama comes along, he had visited the tribe 2 years ago, and he promised that he was going to stand by the tribe. He was going to stand with Standing Rock, stand with the youth. And he we're still waiting for him to do that. Yesterday, he made an announcement that they were going to let it play out for a few more weeks and see what happened around the river. That means they're going to dig under the river, and there's very substantiated feeling that the Dakota Access Pipeline people have moved today against the tribes again because of Obama's announcement yesterday. Oh, we'll let it wait. So let it play out. What they do is they bring in their armed forces, and they've got very high-tech gear. They've got mine-resistant trucks. They've got long-range acoustic device that they use to bring people to their knees.
Yes,
what is this, Iraq?
And I'll tell you, when I sat there, when we were surrounded by the police, walking away from a peaceful protest, almost everybody else had been allowed to leave. And we got stopped right at our vehicle. Stop here. And we were detained. It was Doug and I and Shailene and a couple other people. And, and I was watching. I felt like I was in one of her Divergent movies.
Right.
I was in a war zone. Right. I was standing with armored vehicles and
guys with flak jackets.
Yeah, flak jackets, helmets, like
M16s, sniper on the hill.
And there's just like the four of us and a few other stragglers, and literally it's like, you can't leave yet. What do you mean we can't leave? Stay here. And Shay looked at me and handed me her phone and said, keep this filming, Mom. And then she says, did you stop me because I'm someone who's well known? We stopped you because you've been identified. And then they walked off, and Doug heard him say, well, what are we going to take her in for? And then they came back and said, well, we're arresting you. And they took her. I felt like I was on another planet, in another world. And it was a big eye-opener for everybody who wants to have a voice in our country, where we're allowed to have that voice.
That's right. Supposedly.
Supposedly allowed to have that voice, and then not.
That's it.
And what the consequences of that is.
Talk about Shailene and what happened to her.
Well, she was arrested, brought in, went and bailed her out. I bailed a kid out of jail for being like a wise woman, a young woman who has a big heart and a lot of things to say about humanity and climate, and she's a great role model, and she was penalized for that.
And she is brilliant. We were at the Global Green Awards and saw them, and amazing's an understatement. And for somebody that peaceful and that caring to be treated like this it's atrocious, and it shouldn't be allowed. This is, everybody understand, this is our soil. This is we're supposed to be the land of freedom to some degree. I'm wondering when that part's going to kick in. But they're going to drag this out. It's greed. It's we got to love water, not oil. No pipelines, no fracking. Fracking, from where I'm from in Oklahoma, the fracking is insane. It's now creating earthquakes over there.
Doug can speak so much about that.
Well, Josh Fox is on the ground right now at Standing Rock, and Josh Fox put fracking on the map for millions of people around America by doing his films Gasland 1 and Gasland 2, and uniting these separate communities that were under attack by fracking. The oil that flows into this pipeline is being fracked from the Bakken shale. So they're not fracking for gas there, they're fracking for oil, and that's just further up the line. Lori and I drove up there and had to look at it, and they're just burning off the waste gas from that. But if I could just say, so that if we're inspiring people to action, if you can't get out to Standing Rock, that's the best thing to do, is go out to Standing Rock. If you can't do that, call Obama or email Obama, and maybe we can actually have you guys pump out the phone number, Obama's phone number and email address.
Give it to me. I'm on it right now. Hang on. I'm calling Obama right now.
I don't have it right now. I don't have it right here, but we would love that, because I'm not playing. I got so inspired, 2008 when Obama said, that there was that great speech that he did, which was, one voice can change a room. If it can change a room, it can change a state. If it can change a state, it can change a country. It can change a country. It can change the world. Let's go change the world. And I was like, tears, and I was like, yes, I want. And we're still waiting for Obama. We've got people on the ground, American citizens being attacked by, by our own government, and he's just playing it out too long. And so at the Beverly Hills rally and march, I started a new chant, which was, 1, Obama can stop this pipeline. 1, Obama can stop this pipeline. So that was our chant there, and that got a little bit of play. So look, if you can call Obama, email Obama, and share this stuff out on Facebook, because mainstream media is not covering it.
And almost every city's got protests going on now.
Really?
Right?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Seattle, Los Angeles. Yesterday, they were actually 100 people in front of Energy Access. energy transfers,
Wow.
which is their Dallas location of the pipeline. I mean, they're the ones who are sending in the mercenaries.
Wow. Here, let me give everybody Obama's number. It's 1-800-ASLEEP at the wheel. 1-800-ASLEEP at the wheel. I hope everybody got that. Call him right now.
Wake him up.
Yes, wake him up. He's going to drive this thing off the bridge. It's not a good space. Where can people go to learn more about this? I know Facebook's got a feed. Where is that?
That's a big feed.
There are a whole bunch of different feeds. So there's if you put Standing Rock into the top of your feed, there's Standing Rock
.org. StandingRock.org.
StandingRock.org
is a website. It's got some areas that you can donate to support if you can't get out there. It's information. Standing Rock Water Protectors.
Yep.
Is another one. That's a Facebook feed. Find that. There's a lot of live action feeds going on. You don't have to really look and wonder if this is true or not.
Exactly.
You can see it. And you know what? The other side doesn't have much to say except we're protecting our assets. The response yesterday when the 100 people in Dallas were standing in front of their building, their corporate offices, their response was, we're going to keep our assets and our people safe. And I was heartbroken when I saw that. Wait, your assets, what about the blood and sweat and tears of people who are our brothers and sisters?
Right.
And the water of millions of people. And the water becomes the food, and the air gets contaminated by what we're doing right now. And so another Facebook feed is Standing Rock Protectors Pipeline Protest. If you put Standing Rock into it, you're going to find a whole bunch of things out that you may not have found out before this.
Absolutely. I'm going to share something because a lot of you all know that I've worked with Line Jumper Talent, National Geographic, and my company has funded tons of stuff around the world. And I want to remind everybody, we're a water planet, not a land planet. And it's ironic. We're 70% covered with water, but we only have 3% fresh water. And 1.5% of that fresh water is frozen. The other 1.5%, 70% of that is used for agriculture with fertilizers and pesticides that are leaching into our soils, leaching into all of our waters, and it's leaving us 80% of the 70% of the 1.5%. Keep track of that. Let me tell you, I've got my numbers down. It is minute. That's why in Northern California, it has hit us domestically. We have cities that have shut down now because they don't have water. And so it isn't a problem of third world countries. It has domestically hit us. And I'm going to tell you right now, I like brushing my teeth with water in the morning and taking a shower with water. Think about not having those luxuries. And here's the other part I want to talk about too. I've got to bring this up because we're talking about water and I'm all about it. Is you know what? If you are brushing your teeth, you're shaving your face, you're taking a shower, be responsible with your water usage.
It's easy.
It is.
It's easy.
Don't leave the water just running when you're washing the dishes. Fill the sink up and scrub them down and then rinse them off. We've got to be responsible. And the power of one means something. So I want to share this with everybody. I know everybody thinks everybody's just overwhelmed with so many different subjects going on. But really, ultimately, we can make tremendous differences just by getting interacted. If you can't make it to Standing Rock, get on here and support. Now, if somebody was going to support financially, where does that money go? What would they be supporting?
There's, I think originally one site crowdfundraiser wanted to do 5,000, and they're over $1 million in donations now. There's a lot of money. We don't have much interaction with most of those places the money's going. We have two about to start fundraisers that are going to be working, and we're involved in those fundraisers, so we know where that money's going to go.
Nice.
And that's going to be for winterization of camp and potentially legal fees for people who can't afford that, although that $2.5 million donor, anonymous donor who just bailed everybody out from arrest is a really big boon for that. And nobody knows who it is, and that's
gold.
just fabulous, but winterization, it gets to minus 55 in North Dakota. They don't plan to go away. These people, some people have landed and they're staying.
Yep.
And so, solar panels, a lot of things are being donated, but money needs to be raised, and so we have a few fundraisers going. And right now, going through standyrock.org is a good way to do it. And then we'll be doing some stuff with Thrive Market campaign. If you know the online Thrive Market, they're going to do a big campaign, and all funds are going to go straight to Standing Rock winterization, and we get to know that that's where it's going. So that feels good.
I'm loving it. That feels real good. And that way, if any of you all are on the fence to get in and support, you just found out there's some avenues right there that are safe zones. Because I'm sure there's a ton of questions out there of where you go for this. Don't go get off into 5 or 10 different directions. Go to the mainstream ones. And you need to follow this. We've got to stay in tune. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to keep it in your ear every single week until this is resolved.
Awesome.
This is topic, this is subject, and it's got to change. And the voices that need to be heard, those voiceless people out there, we are the voice for them. Bank on that.
That's right.
I'm all over it like a hobo on a bologna sandwich.
Thanks, Paul. Glad to be on this team with you.
So, in parting, because I've got to get everybody rolling here in a second, we're going to do some live music. Where are you going next? What's the next gig?
I'm actually going to visit my family in New Jersey, but the other part of it is these are supercomputers.
Yep.
There's more technology in this than what put people on the moon.
Right here, everybody.
Right? So this is a mobile activist tool that you just, I'm kind of on it all the time while we were listening to these guys.
We're putting it up there too.
Beautiful.
Follow us out there and just keep doing it and just put it out there. And it's water is life. And the hashtag is no DAPL. So that's no Dakota Access Pipeline. So share that with, anything that you're sharing around this, whether it's about Obama, whether it's about the pipeline, whether it's about oil, energy, climate change. Just keep that going out there. No
Beautiful.
DAPL.
We will be sharing this on the Rockers for Wildlife site. We will have that up today. We will continue feeding this, and we're going to continue supporting it. So we look forward to having you all back. We can do remote stuff too. So if y'all are out and about, I'd love to do some remote stuff where you call in.
Oh, great.
And we talk about what's going on. If you've got any other people that are
going
up
back
there.
To Standing Rock. I know you're
I'd love to have a live feed from Standing Rock.
Let's do that.
That's a done deal. That is a done deal. So we are going to have some live correspondence, and it's going to happen. We are going to get the voice out there to the rest of the world that needs to know this has got to stop right now.
Awesome.
Period.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on. We appreciate it. So, thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Don't run off yet. We'll do some fun stuff. Get the funky boys in here. Let me give you a little bit of music while these guys set up. This is Let Us Into This Party.
Man, I'm so glad I got y'all.
Guys, you got minutes to set up and roll. Hey,
Come on, y'all on your way? Okay.
Open up the door.
We heard that this right here is supposed to be a party. You gotta be kidding, so many sexy honeys. Look at those bodies. Get out your seat, get on your feet. Can you feel the music bumping? Cause Funkalicious here to get the party started.
Party lights flashing bright.
DJ pumping our music right.
We got food, hope it's good.
We hope that it don't taste like wood.
We got drinks of variety.
Open up the fridge so we can see.
Make a list of what we need.
So Funkalicious can fix this thing.
Let us into this party.
Oh yeah.
Let's get it started. Let us into this party.
So Funkalicious can get this party started.
Let us into this party.
Oh,
Let's get it started.
oh
Let us into this
yeah.
party.
Now here's the rule.
Now here's our rule.
Leave your guns and negativity outside the party. We need to have a good time just like an old school party. Now here's the ingredients to have a successful party. Just have a ball and let your spirits go and rock the party.
Party lights flashing bright.
DJ bumping the music right.
We got food, hope it's good.
I hope that it don't taste like
We
wood.
got drinks of variety.
Now open up the fridge so we can see.
Make a list of what we need.
Now Funkalicious can fix this thing.
Let us into this party.
Oh, let's get into this party.
Let us into this party.
So Funkalicious can get this party started.
Let us into this party.
Let us
Let's
into
get it started.
Ooh, let's get us this party, baby. Oh, yeah. That was good. I pulled you a little early because that was just a little musical snack because we are getting ready to go live with the Funkalicious Band, baby. And you know what? We've got Doug McLean. He pulled out a flipping harmonica.
Yeah.
We're going campfire
baby.
with some Funkalicious. This is it, baby. I'm loving it. And so we are going to roll it out. Let me kill this real quick. We're out. And you know what? I've got guitars up. Everything's rolling. And you all just take it away. Count it down. This is, which song is it?
One of our songs called Have a Nice Day.
Have a nice day, baby. Here you go.
I want to dedicate this song to everyone up in North Dakota right now. No matter what you're going through, this song's dedicated to you.
Got 4 minutes.
Here we go. Second verse.
I got a call from a friend of mine today. Said he need to talk to me right away. Said they were losing their house. The mortgage was late, can't seem to find his way out. Now times are hard, we all feel the crunch. Believe from the bottom there's no way but up. Gas and food is gone sky high. Crime and violence is on the rise. What must we do to survive? Is keep your head up to the sky. And to those who really don't know, happiness comes within your soul. Have a nice day when things don't go your way. When things don't seem to go your way. Have a nice day. Hope is on its way. Hope is on its way. Yes, it is. Have a nice day when things don't go your way. When things don't seem to go your way. Have a nice day. Hope is on its way. Keep your head to the sky. Keep your head to the sky. Help me sing, won't you help me sing, yeah. Have a nice day when things don't go your way. I try to convince myself all over again. Have a nice day, hope is on its way. That nothing's gonna get in my way. Have a nice day when things don't go your way. I'm gonna keep a smile on my face. Have a nice day, hope is on its way. Have a nice day. Yeah.
Oh, man, was that good. Oh, my gosh. Hey, don't run off there, Doug. You might. Y'all got to. Hey, y'all want to. You know what? We got 4 minutes. You want to give a teaser of something else? You got anything else on deck?
Oh.
Or do you want to.
Well,
we don't have to.
Do?
I don't want to throw you into the fire.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday! Hey, this is
birthday.
Everybody out there in the world. This is your birthday song. Here you go.
Hey, and just before that, can we just do a 3 chant shout out to Standing Rock?
Oh God, yes!
Oh
yeah!
So in Lakota they say Mini Wachoni, and that means water is life. I'll say Mini Wachoni. You guys say water is life.
Okay.
Water is life. Water is life.
3 times.
Gotcha. 2, 3, and
Mini Wachoni.
Water is life.
Mini Wachoni.
Water is life.
Mini Wachoni.
Water is life.
I love rigatoni. And I love rigatoni. That's what I'm having for lunch.
You know what? Actually, what we need to do is bring music down there.
Oh, I'm loving it.
Have a concert.
Dude.
Bring in more people there.
Yeah.
Here or there. Or
Yeah.
That's yummy. You know what? I'm going to throw you in the fire. You know what? I just got cued. We've got a couple extra minutes.
Oh, really?
Stay right there. You're going to play. You guys figure out something. While you're figuring it out, I'll carry the space, baby. Have a nice day. Help is on its way. Oh, yeah. These guys are too hot.
But why don't we do this?
That's what it is.
Why don't we do this? I'm going to show you how talented we are.
Okay,
why
here
don't we
we
just
go.
make up a song on the spot?
Woo!
Water is life. Something we haven't done.
You want it funky?
Just play something. We gonna come. We gonna
Make
follow
sure
you,
it's in
man.
Yeah, kind of keep it.
Make sure it's in a good key.
Yes.
Okay, so actually,
Because key is life.
Before you can play, don't mind. Let's do this.
We got 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Come on, Jerry. Come on.
Take us out here, baby. Here we go.
A long time ago, in America we know water is life. Water is life, and you got it. Finally know that water is life, yeah. Everything that we do, don't you know that water makes everything on this planet go. Don't you know that water is life? Water is life. You can't do nothing without what we call H2O. Water is life. Water is life. From the day that the planet was formed, water was the main source of life. You can't comprehend the beginning comes from what we call H2O. It's water called life. But the water is life. Water is life. Water is.
Oh, yeah. Water is life, baby.
Water is life. Water is life. Water is life.
Oh my God, is water life? That was sweet. Loving it. You know what? We had Funkalicious in the house. So where are you playing next? Y'all got taking a break for the holidays?
Yeah, we're taking a break. We have shows coming up. We have a New Year's Eve show. Right now we're in process of they're all private though.
Cool.
They're all
I can't
private.
wait to get that invitation.
Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, you'll definitely get that. You know that.
We want to cover that, baby. Hey, I want to thank all of the cats in here. Oh my God, we have got just so much talent dripping in here. It's crazy. Jerry, Quincy, George, James, Jamal, little Jamal, Freddie, Sweet, Lori, and Doug, and all of the rest of everybody. And you know what? I've got my PR here. Diana Kelly is beyond amazing, and love her to death.
Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you, Paul.
And say hi, young lady. We've got Sabby in here. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Lori. Come over here and say bye to everybody. Everybody, let's do a farewell. You can step on in if you want, Diana. Okay. Watch your green screen back there, and boom. Everybody say absolute hi and bye. We appreciate everybody. We got a great show next week. Everybody have a good day. Let's go make something great happen in our lives. You all take care. We are going to head down to another funkalicious place in life. Here we go. We're out. 2, 3, and bam.
You're listening to Rockers for Wildlife Radio with Paul Paget, only on LA Talk Radio.